Hey, this is John with Two Moose Home Inspections, and welcome to the Inspector's Toolbelt series. Today's video will center around gas. Some gases in the home you can smell, and other gases are odorless, so you can't smell them. One of the gases that we've all smelled before is either natural gas or liquid propane. And that has a very, very unique smell. And that's because that's an artificial smell that is added so that way we can detect it with our noses. Now, the thing about our noses is that we can detect that gas at about 1 part per million. And everybody says, I can smell gas. That means we're gonna catch on fire. Everything's gonna explode. It'll be like a Hollywood movie. That's not exactly accurate. So my gas detector right here is able to detect gas at about 10 parts per million. Your nose can detect at about 1 part per million. And somewhere between 50,000 and 170,000 parts per million is whenever it's combustible, whenever that either natural gas or liquid propane is combustible. So anywhere from 1 to 49,999 parts per million, it's more than likely not going to explode. And then anything above that, it's way too rich, above 170,000, and it's not going to explode. But this gas detector is great because it can give you a roundabout idea of how much gas there is. But the first thing to trust is your nose. Now, other gases that I detect are colorless, odorless, tasteless. You have no idea that they exist, but they can still kill you. So one of them is detected by this right here, which is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide can be caused whenever you have an exhaust from either your hot water heater, your furnace, or even your stove that isn't exhausting properly. And that can kill you, and it's very, very dangerous. So please make sure you have your carbon monoxide detectors. One of the things that I wear is this detector right here on my tool belt. And this detector is from the Mine Safety Administration. And what that does for me is that as I'm walking through a house, I know whether or not I'm walking into a dangerous situation. And then I can use this reader to have an exact value for your home inspection report. Now, another gas that is colorless, odorless, tasteless, but is radioactive is radon. Now, this right here is a radon detector. A radon detector takes about 48 hours to do its entire test, and what it's detecting is how much radon is inside the house. Now, it's guaranteed that you have radon in your house. The question is, how much do you have, and is it above the EPA's guideline or action level of 4 picocuries per liter? So this right here is able to detect any range of radon, and it detects it over a period of time and gives you an average. Now, if you are above 4 picocuries per liter, this is going to let you know, and then I would really advise that you have that mitigated through a radon mitigation system. If you don't, what's happening is there's uranium all around us in the ground, and as that wants to get to lead, which is a stable molecule, then what is happening is that is breaking down from uranium, and one of the parts as the radioactive decay continues is you get radon. And that radon, what it does is in that few minutes that it's actually radon before it goes to its next phase, it shoots off what's called an alpha particle. And that alpha particle is going to smack right into your lungs, into any one of those cells. And it's one of two things is going to happen. It's either going to kill the cell, that's good, but not really, or it's going to punch out a part of the DNA and your cell is going to replicate, and it's going to replicate wrong. And so for infants and small children, radon is a very, very big deal. And people are like, well, I've never heard of radon, so it's got to be fine. Radon's not a big deal. That's completely wrong. And the reason that's wrong is because back in the day, we thought lead was the best thing in the world, best paint we could have, best everything. Let's put it in our pipes. And like, that's, crazy. Then we had asbestos. We said it's as best as it can get. And asbestos is clearly not that good. And as we learn more about our environment, about our bodies, and about the world, we've come to realize that radon is everywhere, and radon can be very, very dangerous and very detrimental, especially to small children. So again, carbon monoxide can kill you. Radon can harm you and eventually lead to some real serious lung issues, which end up killing you. And of course, natural gas and liquid propane, I mean, you smell it, but you probably aren't going to blow up, but this is the one that the people seem to be most concerned about. Anyway, these are some of the tools that I carry around with me whenever I do a home inspection. If you have any questions or if you'd like to schedule a home inspection, please visit twomoosehomeinspections.com. Have a wonderful day.